What is GIS? Great question. Let's start with just one of probably countless examples we could choose from. So, suppose you live somewhere like I do here in San Diego, where we are getting more and more floods, and you want to know if your home's at risk. You would want to know, are you in a floodplain? What about drainage? How much rain did you get? How might that change in the future? When you start to combine and layer all this data with GIS, you can actually see how at risk your home is to floods.
It's very often said that data is the new oil, and GIS is a confluence of all of the different data sources that we have now, whether it's from the sky or from the ground or from mobile devices. Anytime it matters spatially how two things are related, and that's just about everything in this world, you need GIS.
Whether you've heard of GIS or not, it's all around us. It's used by every major corporation to manage their supply chains and to pick where to build stores. It's used by utilities. It's used by transportation companies. It's used by every governmental body. But it's also about what's happening in your neighborhood, what's happening in your community, which is why it's kind of remarkable that so few people know about it.
A community occupies a space in the globe, right? For a city, the city is responsible for that space. From land parcels to where are utilities located, to the conditions of the roads or the transportation system. All of that occupies the space. How do you manage all those pieces without being able to visualize it? You've heard the picture worth 1,000 words. I think a map is worth 10,000 words. You're able to analyze and create different integrations. You're able to interact with the map. You can inform the community, can inform the decision makers, and can really impact how the community grows. And so I really can't see a way to manage all that without GIS.
Dobry den. Hello. Apologies, that's going to be my last word in Czech. Thank you for being here. My name is Tomás Donda. I am from Esri, and I'm working as a business developer for the region. But I'm also very interested in the intersection between AI and GIS. We had an amazing morning today. Speaking with you in the corridors or seeing here the plenary, I could see all the work we are doing, and it's exciting. For me, it's exciting because it's very connected to our mission. Our mission is to advance GIS and giving you the tools and technology to achieve your goals by leveraging geographic thinking at a global scale. And we really mean global scale. You can see this map in light blue points, dots, our global offices, Esri global offices. And that's how we have global presence, but we also want to go deeper and be closer to you. So we have what we call distributors, that are locally owned companies in each country supporting you. Those are the purple dots that you see in this map. For example, here in Czech Republic, our data is Esri for the Czech Republic. When we zoom into Europe, we can see an amazing community. The numbers are impressive. 600 partners, 27 distributors, more than 100,000 organizations working with GIS. And you start to see all these communities exchanging, sharing, learning from each other. I was yesterday having dinner with one of your communities, a community of cities and regions. And I'm going to say it wrong, but the say was Dinsky GIS, Dinsky GIS, always GIS. They were exchanging between them information, knowledge. They were helping each other to achieve great things with technology. That's inspiring. It's not about engaging. I want to also talk about, for example, the 7 research and development centers that we have in Europe right now. We are building key components of our technology, like the 3D and urban planning, game engines, or some of our JavaScript API for developers, all is being created here in Europe. We are also building these systems, this software, keeping in mind, and from the conception to the construction, high standards, because we know this software is being used to mission-critical systems, to business-focused systems, so we are sure that we are following also European principles. That means open data, that means no vendor lock, that means following principles such as FAIR principles, findable, accessible, reusable, interoperable, data spaces, Inspire, and at the same time, way beyond GDPR, we want to follow the highest security and privacy standards. Also, because we want to be a strategic partner for the region, we have some programs in place. We're working very close with European institutions, like the European Commission, like NATO, like Frontex, among others. On education, we have programs that are giving free software for primary schools to programs to work with universities and secondary schools. And the 24/7 disaster response program, you probably saw some examples today to help when a disaster happens. Only these past few years, I have seen this program being activated for floodings, fires, earthquakes. And this program not only has free software, it comes with local expertise, with consultancy services, so you can deploy faster response. I want to talk now about the work that you are doing. The work that you're doing is becoming very important. It's becoming critical every day more. And it's also expanding. We are seeing GIS being used for different applications that probably we never thought before. That you are telling us, I want to use GIS for this. We're working with you to do this. I have picked some few examples that I want to share with you. You are using GIS and maps to plan the future of our cities and to shape land use decisions. For example, the city of Nottingham, the city council, is using GIS to review all the building projects for the city. They can see all the proposals, the stage of each proposal, they can upload ICF files, they can see their beams, they can even correct them in place if there's a problem with the original proposal, like if it is misplaced. They have even went one step further, and they have made this public. So all the citizens can go see the projects, see the status of each, and give real-time feedback on them. You're also using GIS to help us understand climate change and the effects it's having in our world. GIS is also utilized for environmental assessments. Aurecon, an engineering partner company, is using GIS around the world for a clear understanding of the environmental settings. They are collaborating and presenting data effectively by using GIS, so there's an effective engagement between all the stakeholders and also with the community, because they are sharing with them all the changes and all the before and after scenarios, so they can see and empower stakeholders. Sometimes connected with climate change, sometimes not. You are using maps as well to keep us safe, and when necessary, to respond and recover from disasters. The region from North Rhine-Westphalia has created this digital twin. What you are seeing here are the cities of Cologne and Düsseldorf. And this is a very important digital twin because they are answering many questions related with emergencies. Not just fires, not just floodings, accidents in the street, accidents where a responder needs to go. So they can see all the information, all the critical assets, kindergartens, schools, hospitals. They can understand the reality, they can see what is happening, how the scenario is, and a responder can go there, can work there, and can even, with this very detailed 3D mesh, understand the scenario before getting there. For example, they can do things that they couldn't do before, like measuring, understanding, okay, how is this scenario, how it's gonna be before I get there. Safe event planning is also critical for many cities and organizations. The city of Zurich is managing logistics and transportations for these events like the Spring Festival by understanding in real time where the people is. So they can say, okay, we need more trains, we need more metros, we need more bus. And they're sending this and acting accordingly through the entire day. I was talking also yesterday with some of your colleagues from the city of Ibala, and he was telling me that he's putting some very clever story maps. I thought that was a great idea for a new stadium they have in the city, and they're sharing how to get to the stadium. So the citizens can see the story map before going there and plan their journey. Maps are also allowing us to connect with people and to understand their different backgrounds, their expertise, who we are, who they are, and also support healthy communities. From demographic maps, for example, using the census data from Spain, the city of Segovia creates this digital twin to understand how many people live in each part of the city. They can also understand how they live. Is there a lot of people there? Is it too crowded? They can understand the gender. They can see where they're coming from. So they can plan accordingly and take decisions accordingly. From there to the city of Utrecht, that is trying with game engines to understand how much time it would take them to respond to an emergency from one point of the city to another one. Your maps are also telling us how we depend on nature, how we use the land, and how we can transition to a more renewable future. In this example, a highway operator brought all the information together, all the data, highways, yes, but also the lands they had next to the highways, transmission lines, protected areas, and they calculated the solar capacity of these lands, and they can now design where they're going to install solar panels. They can even count these solar panels, how much they're going to be, and they have created an algorithm to even know, okay, how much electricity I'm going to consume and how much CO2 I'm going to avoid. Maps are also being used in engineering and public works, and we are seeing more and more often GIS being used for asset management. CERN is the home to the world's largest particle accelerator, the Large Hadron Collider. And they're using GIS to manage 18 sites, more than 700 buildings, more than 15,000 professionals and students researching. So they're using GIS to map and manage the complex equipments, outdoors, underground, inside the buildings. They have this standardized network, but also indoor models to see across the campus and administrate, manage all the security, all the assets from the campus. In transportation, maps are being used to understand the service we need to deliver, same as utilities, the services we rely on every day. The City of Ontario is using GIS, for example, to design 15 new proposed transit stations. This is a project that includes 1,000 people just working on the project, plus all the community. So they're using relative mesh, point clouds, 2D, 3D models, a lot of information, and GIS is the one that integrates everything together and is reducing time spent on visualizing, on communicating, on collaborating, so they can bring transparency back, data quality, and they can connect silos, connect different departments, connect different stakeholders. From there to the city of Vilnius. City of Vilnius, they didn't have a network for their stormwater drainage. So they invested some time, you can see the picture on the bottom left, to go and detect where the stormwaters were. They digitized the entire 3D network, and I have probably the largest stormwater network in Lithuania. What they're doing now with it, so they can see, understand the situation, how it's going, but they can even simulate what happens if, for example, a stormwater gets blocked and the consequences of that. These are some examples. Of course, there are way more. But I hope these ones are helping you to realize, as professionals working with GIS, how critical you are becoming to the evolution of the planet, to the new challenges we are facing every single day. maintaining and connecting and integrating everything everywhere, as Peter Seidel was saying early this morning. So now let me focus a little bit on our work. And there has been a lot of information this morning, I would say, on our technology, and I think you'll hear more. I just want to spend some time on 3 topics to show you how we are trying to support your work. The first one is the foundation, our platform. ArcGIS is a comprehensive geospatial platform. And we call it a platform because it's really where we want you to build and create solutions and systems to support your business needs, to support your organizational needs. Pro, Enterprise, and ArcGIS Online are the foundational products that give you access to all our capabilities, like mapping, 3D, imagery, analytics, data management, and more. Of course, you have the Living Atlas as well as part of the platform, and that gives you access to a lot of content and services that Esri provides. And then you can choose. I'm going to use this platform as a software as a service. I'm going to use this platform in my premises, on my premises, or I just want to pick specific parts of the platform and use it as a PaaS, as a platform, as a service. Or I can choose all of them. ArcGIS is also designed for everybody, from very knowledgeable GIS professionals to mobile workers, executives, data scientists, citizens, right? It's a platform that tries to cross all the different stakeholders and they help you reach out to each of them. We say it's a system of record to manage the data, a system of insights to analyze the data, to get information out of it, and a system of engagement to share this information with the citizens and with other stakeholders. Together with the basics of the platform, the other thing I like to focus on is imagery and remote sensing. Data is becoming crucial now with AI. We are understanding every day more the value of good data. And imagery is a big, important part of the data for AI. We have with ArcGIS a comprehensive system that has 4 pillars. One is data management. The second one is visualization. You can visualize the data you have. You can also analyze that imagery, classifying them, detecting changes. And finally, we have reality mapping. Reality mapping is giving a new level of detail to our imagery. You can use reality mapping at any scale, from regional, global imagery, states, cities, and sites. And we have seen some examples before of this. With the Gaussian plots now, imagery is going a new level. We are getting a level of detail that is without precedent, I would say. And we are introducing Gaussian plots as a new layer to ArcGIS. So you can have very realistic maps of your city, of your site, of your organization. You can also experience this information in different ways. And this is getting quite popular. We are still understanding the use of this and the limits of this as our users want to do more and more things. They are using this to allow citizens to navigate through a city and see how new changes are going to be, so they can experience this for real time, real life. They're also using this for training programs, and I'm really eager to see what plans you have for them. The third point I want to focus on is how we are advancing through time, and especially with AI. ArcGIS has always incorporated new technologies to meet emerging needs, and AI is certainly one example of them. So why GIS and AI are so powerful? Well, AI becomes really useful when it understands where things occur. You can get a better geospatial context and intelligence to get insights from massive spatial data sets. AI also enables you real-time insights. Before, you used to have only people trying to detect everything that was happening. Now AI can predict for you patterns. So somebody is still monitoring, but gets reactions, gets triggers from the AI to see something is happening here. Should we do something about it? Also, AI can automate tasks. It's sort of very efficient on removing some of the tasks that are sort of routinary. And they free us from tedious tasks, and they help us to reduce errors as well. Finally, AI is making GIS more accessible. It's really letting us to reach out to different people by changing the way we interact with GIS, asking natural language questions like, where is my information? Where are my buildings? Where do I have critical infrastructure? And the AI assistants can help us to get those answers. I mentioned some things before, and I think this is good to clarify. I mentioned GUI, I mentioned AI assistants. When we think about AI in general, AI is a big word, right? In ArcGIS, we are separating 3 main pillars. One is GUI, that is mainly using tools and machine learning and deep learning to create different models, to do data extraction, for example. AI assistants are helping us to move forward and understand how can I do things with natural language and easy questions. And AI agents is something very, very new, or at least the new one of them. And it's sort of similar to assistants, but it's, I would say, more proactive. It has a set of skills, tools, and can go and try different things to give us an answer. All of this is sustained and founded by our AI framework. We have an AI framework in ArcGIS that is enabling, empowering these 3 pillars, and as long as we get more technology ready with AI, we'll still add them to our framework. So to summarize, what value does AI bring to you? I would say it's related to automate tasks, so you win time. It helps to analyze information and gain better insights, better patterns, and it helps to be more productive. I want to close with this. I want to one more time acknowledge the work you're doing. The work you're doing is essential. You are integrating everything, everywhere. You are helping us to achieve some of the biggest challenges and tackle them. So, thank you.